Okay. Current this is fine. Okay. Or not. Forgot to change the view. I have an image here. Leave that there. Okay. Mouse I can leave there. Good. So this is my current apartment. Let's see. Yeah, it's working fine. Yesterday I gave away my mealworm farm that I started 5 months ago. And today, or no, yesterday evening, I already started to then take off some of my stuff from the closets. And today I continued. I decided I want to get everything off, and I just put them onto the floor. Why? Because I want to sort them out, organize, and give, sell, throw all unnecessary. Belongings. And I have done this before, not like this, but of course throw old stuff away. But this time I'm gonna be very strict of what I will keep. But I don't really need to talk about this that much. It's there just an image other than my boring face. This is about change and adjusting to it. My life is super easy, but at the same time it's empty. No wonder if I'm getting rid of everything. My biggest safe places, entertainment, all habits I have, a lot of stuff that I own. No wonder it's not fast to adjust to this new life. But nothing is wrong. There is no other way to change. At least in my case. I have felt this feeling that I'm gonna explain for some time. Maybe I also mentioned this on some previous video, I don't remember. But today I felt that very, very strongly again. And that's a habit of looking away, facing away from a problem or some task that I know I should do. This was that I took everything from closets, but then I didn't continue, which would have been start cleaning maybe before starting to put things back. But I had this habit of leaving work undone. So I came here, sat down, but nothing happened. What do I mean? I don't have a strong urge to play a video game, watch a movie, watch TV series, open YouTube, start watching it, watch music videos, listening to music. I have nothing else to do than develop and be productive. But I don't have the habit of doing that. And I feel a bit tired. So that means I get something is pushing me towards choosing the entertainment, but there's a wall that they can't push. So maybe they're pushing me back, trying to push me back while I'm against the wall. And I feel that it's not that uncomfortable, but it's just kind of funny that I do have these strong habits going a different way, choosing an easier choice or easier option, but I have gotten rid of the options. And it's not just that I say, it's really subconsciously I don't have an urge. I don't even think about entertainment. But what's the problem with doing this work? Nothing really, but just the change. I'm constantly changing myself, pushing forward, which is super easy. But it just takes time, and then when my energy depletes a little bit, I get into these situations where I just don't move anywhere. This project, cleaning out my room, my apartment, getting rid of stuff that I don't need. How I felt about this earlier, a few hours ago, it's very common. This represents a huge task or a large task that is unknown. That's just a grind. And I feel, hey, I don't want to do that. But if I dig deeper, analyze it, is it that doing the thing is difficult? No. I would just pick one item, think, hey, am I going to use this? If If yes, sure, okay, let's find a place for it. If not, then I will get rid of it one way or the other. It's nothing to do with this task, and that's very similar, or it's the same thing with other big projects. Problem is, I don't have anything planned afterwards. And especially this, I'm getting rid of something. I'm not replacing it. It doesn't feel that, hey, I want something. I want to change this. I want to change this to something. Doesn't feel like that, because that something is nothing. I just want to have less things. And the vision, I'm moving forward. I'm really making steps towards it. But I'm not excited about it. I don't feel it. I don't feel the pull. I know it's the only way. I wouldn't be surprised if this feeling were difficult to experience or understand for many. What is the feeling of not having any stress, not having strong emotions, life is too easy. Like I'm not getting response back. I would myself compare this to sleeping on a very soft mattress compared to what I do, sleep on the floor on top of very thin mattress that my muscles kind of get uncomfortable if it's too soft. If the mattress is too soft, I don't feel anything pushing back. I don't feel the back force. But I do feel that while sleeping on the floor. Yes, maybe on the floor I don't get that 9 hours of sleep in one go. I might wake up more often, trying to adjust. But I just love the feeling of feeling the surface. And it doesn't hurt, of course. It's just tension. Not having any tension. That's not. Answering to answering to someone. What? Okay. Good. Getting the schedule for the next week. Just linking. What is that? Ah, okay, so it's there. Pum, 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 pum. Come on. Need to know the schedule. Going to bouldering. It's very unclear. Website. Okay, here. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Bouldering. Ooh, when was the last time? A year ago? 1.5? Can't be 2 years. I need to start over a little bit. I forgot what I was yapping. Just finishing this. All right, good. Now I have a schedule almost every day. This next Sunday I don't have anything planned, but it's fine. Or by schedule I mean at least something scheduled for each day. To change my life being too easy. That I have these strong habits, but or I have these habits that guide me towards some place, like this chair. But then I have broken all the bridges from that point. I'm still building the bigger picture. So yeah, I'm in a weird spot. I'm removing all the excuses. Once I have cleared this mess, I have nothing to throw out. I have clothes to replace, but it's different. The relationships they are already kind of changed for very business-like. Hey, that's, or at least that's kind of how I feel about them. Just scheduling meetups, but it's not. I'm not hanging out with anyone. It's always business, and having a conversation, long conversation, is business for me. Trying to understand another person and give them energy, help them. Yeah, the emptiness. Super weird. One thing that I'm pretty sure affects this is my age. I'm not that old, but still I'm turning 28, which means I have built pretty strong habits. Now I'm getting rid of most. thinking about my vision. Can't think of any habit that I would keep. Everything I own, I will change. If I move to some other side of the world, also my relationships change mostly. Yeah, it's waiting for death. Life is taking pretty long. What to change next? And speedrunning experiences. Billionaire. President. AI hybrid. World peace. World peace. Such a lovely thought. This stream wasn't supposed to be a stream where I develop myself. Just wanted to document this. It is weird. How this will go is I will start forming habits from this new life. Working a lot. Communicating a lot. Reading news. Learning. Those are my habits. They're fun. It's really fun to learn, to do. Meet new people. Socialize. It is fun. Just I can't handle my own energy. Trying to keep myself from doing everything, because that's a habit that I haven't broken yet. I don't know if I have enough things to hold me back from not choosing an angle. I Again, I have to think about losing my sanity. Am I too unrealistic? No, there's nothing wrong with my logic. Why this wouldn't work? All the responses I get are positive. So they just reinforce or validate myself. Everything is just going perfectly in my life. It's weird. Almost like I'm playing on an easy difficulty. One way to explain this feeling is I can remove all the unnecessary things in my life very easily. I can change them very easily. The problem is I have never used to build future fast enough or this fast. If I think about a video game where the game renders or has a rendering distance, what's happening is my character is moving so fast that the processor okay doesn't keep up, so I'm very close to the rendering. So I can't move faster because I'm not able to create those pixels. Totally reshaping myself. Yeah, the thought about sanity, insanity. It's weird as well, but it's necessary. If I don't move according to social norms, I have to make my own norms. I have to think about, I have to make an effort to consider the norms. Otherwise, I could do something that really would be insane. So building the boundaries myself through logic and taking into consideration the norm. I will also sell my bicycle, I think. I don't even use that much. Yeah, building the future. Can have anything. Just need to know what I want. The vision. The EA summit will happen on Saturday. Already sent one-on-one request or suggestion. Do more of those. But everything feels that I don't need anyone. Of course, I want to collaborate. That's one of the main points in my plans, but I don't need anyone telling me what to do. I can figure it out myself. So waiting for some connection, advice. I don't feel that I'm waiting anyone. What am I waiting for? Right now, I feel almost free to do anything I want. I don't have anything planned for tomorrow, or a few things. I have yapped enough. Too much, in fact. This is already good enough documentation. I could probably get a feeling of this whole whole situation. So what's next? Should I develop something? Now that I already started the stream, or not? I was gonna change the title, but adjusting to my new, I don't need to. Oh, some adjustment developments. First question, do I know what I want to do? Do I know where I'm heading? Subconsciously, no. Maybe that's the problem. Where am I going towards? Considering my three options, AI, politics, democracy, collaboration, and a billionaire. One of those will secure other three. That's money. If I had money, I would get rid of this immediately, give it away, just move immediately. I would move into or live in some hotels, yeah, and start my vision, that life immediately. I would start connecting with people, doing projects, being involved. Of course, if I had a lot of money, I could invest into interesting startups doing good. I could support, sponsor people, their work, initiatives. That would immediately just make everything easy. I could hire people to teach me about AI. So I wouldn't need the I wouldn't need to use AI to learn AI. I would just say, hey, I'm looking for these people, especially here in Finland. The unemployment rate is so high. I could just find 10 people and start project with them, start or buy an office space, get to work. That's why rich people's children are often in high positions themselves. It's not that they're super smart. They have access to all the mentorship, all the data and networking. You don't have to do that Google searching, watching YouTube tutorials from people who aren't in the industry, but maybe kind of. You can just say, hey, I want to meet a person who does this. And then with money, that will happen. So money. Do I think about it? Not really. I'm avoiding thinking about it because I would need to think, what's next? What's next after that? How important it is? What is the balance? What if I worked in a warehouse for 2 years? No. What are my options? What are my options? writing the schedule down. Good. Looking very nice. Hype trains happening in Twitch. I installed the app and now it recommends me some random channels. Random Finnish channels. Yeah, what's after money? I'm avoiding this, but have I, or why? Why am I avoiding it? When was the last stream? This is always confusing. To realize there's no need to avoid something, but that was 5 days ago. Started properly using AI. Continuing building larger plan. That was also 5 days ago. Last week. It feels weird moving forward, going into the unknown. Now I ask this question, why haven't I thought about what's after, or why haven't I thought about the money thing? The answer is I never got this far before. Yeah, okay, one way to explain this confusing is because it's not difficult for me to think about money. That means if I use if I compare that feeling to something that I felt in the past. In the past, that level of feeling would be something very familiar. That easiness is very mundane. Thinking about going to drink water. It's just very easy. So now I have this very easy feeling that it's not difficult to think about money, and because it's so easy, I get confused because I can't remember. Hey, how was the, or I don't know what to do here, but because it's so easy, it means I have done it a lot. But the case is no. This is the first time I'm here. So 5 days ago, I decided to focus on AI, fully on AI. Then I needed to work for a few days, whole days. Did some developments myself. So AI. The plan is, or at least was, I'll focus on AI. I will focus on doing stuff instead of just speaking, talking. And then in my wake feeling a vision around next month or one or 2 months, from now I will start my social media phase or active social life phase. I'm not comfortable using Snapchat. Creating an Instagram story, it's not natural for me. Posting on LinkedIn, I haven't done that. All of those I will try to become the best at. Navigating, using social platforms, being active. And that would be sort of the last piece. So first, be able to produce value and then share it and communicate, network like crazy. Then it's just about finding the opportunities, building them. That's a very vague idea. So why am I thinking about money here? That I lack vision, that I lack the clear plan. Emptiness. Oh yeah, it started with that. Do I know what am I doing? I'm doing too much energy. Passion. Should I increase that? I'm now conscious I can do changes, but because there are so many I could do, choosing is important. How do I use this energy? Iraq. That's not an issue here. Building a habit. It feels that I've finished the game. I've done all the main quests. Now it's just side quests, but I'm looking for that. Hey, when is the, or where is the next step, next quest? I don't need to do these side quests. I have leveled up enough. So that's what I'm feeling here. World peace. Why do I want that? Nothing else to do. That's frustrating. That. Why is it frustrating? It's frustrating that I know what to do, what I want to do. Yeah, it's so easy to be depressed. So easy to grind, be on that constant grind that people are. That's why they don't want to get out of it, because it's easy. Brain loves it. Just complain and seek easy pleasure. Don't work on yourself. It's easy. I forgot what was the problem here. That I know what to do, but I don't feel that strong urge for it. That strong motivation. World peace. World peace. An anchor. One anchor is death in my life. One is my consciousness, just pure feeling of it, even if it has changed still. That's one. Being aware, being conscious, that's one anchor. One is toward peace for me. And maybe the fourth is partnership. Love, sure, if I can call it love. I don't know how others feel love. If I say my life is too easy, I'm not doing the right thing. It should be difficult. Why? I just want to do something, but I can't use this energy. Because physically I have nothing to do. I'm not gonna train my body. It does nothing. It would boost my mind. I know, that's why it's still in my plan to exercise like regularly. But I'm talking about a lot of energy, full day. I wake up until I go to bed. How to spend it? One way to think about it is my whole life I have played money games, gambling games, and smoked cigarettes, let's say. Then suddenly I stop both. What becomes problem is I don't know what to do with all the money. I'm so used to that habit. those habits that yeah. 9:15. I have too much freedom. My mind is too simple. It's so easy if you can find something. If you can find new side of yourself, you can find some external opportunity. Hey, I want this. But try to build it yourself. I know that I have that the direction I take depends on when I think about that vision, that plan. Or it might be random that I randomly consider something. Hey, I want to start investing into that. I can just change my mind to align with that. So knowing that makes it difficult, because I realize, hey, I could take kind of random path. Though of course I don't have a free will. No one has. Doesn't matter here. Nothing to do on philosophy side. Psychology. Psychology is boring. And I mean my own psychology. There's nothing there. Already as insane as I can get. Just, or I could get more insane if I didn't follow reality. If I just ignored people and started to move to some direction that would make the gap too large to other people. I don't have any motivation for that. So yeah, my own psychology, there's very little to do. I don't have much connection with this stuff that I have here. In some way I have already given them away, left them. What to do? Continue helping people one by one-on-one cases. The thing is, that's not easy, because it depends on that person. I know I have very analytical way of thinking, that many people are just not capable of that. I know it because I can look back even to my past self that I was completely different. I couldn't transfer these feelings to that person. That's why I know it's impossible to understand other people really. Because I couldn't understand myself if I could have looked into the future. What is it that I want? Boredom. Why do I need to want? Maybe I just remove that. What is the problem here? I wanted to document. Now I started to yap about random development targets. Why? I don't have a problem. Why am I? Huh? What am I doing? So that was the first question. Trying to reach world peace. I'm not doing anything or much for it. Everything is just so... This can't be... Trying to see my life more objectively. How is it looking like? Others' perspectives. Problem, or maybe you can call it problem, is that I have started to lose more and more the ability to see more normal people's point of view. As my life gets easier and easier, I get further away from those who complain, who have difficulty. It starts to be an odd feeling or thing that someone wouldn't have discovered themselves fully yet. Or they couldn't change themselves. They would feel anxious. They would feel stress. I'm not close to that point that I would be confused and ask why are you feeling stressed. So completely forgetting how that felt. Yeah, objectively I do seem insane. I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if someone or many people thought me as insane and wondered how to help me. But the thing is, the world is insane. No, the world is logical. Insanity. Of course, if you everyone who is not what would insane mean? That they see a reality something different, can't see themselves being as insane. But I get validation all the time. Creating habits. I have those three things and world peace. If I ask my subconsciousness when is the next time I will think about them, it answers it doesn't know, it waits. I should wait to get answers or commands. If I ask, is any of these a habit, a daily habit, will it be? I subconsciously, I don't know, or I would say no. I'm so used to getting rid of the past, the old, but and then making temporary decisions. What if I have access to that vision already? What if I could start forming habits that will last? Holding on these belongings is not gonna happen. So what will last? Nothing physically here. And other stuff, entertainment, doesn't last. Sports doesn't last. Family, yes, it will last, but changed. As I mentioned, the relationships, they are already changed, different. The work I do, the projects I do, none of them feel that they will last. Habit of checking Instagram, maybe that will last. Representing social media app, maybe Instagram won't last, but some other will replace it. That's a habit. What am I? What am I doing here? I'm too tired to not think clearly, not tired enough to go to sleep. Because I can't go to sleep, I have to continue, but because I can't do anything easy, entertainment, my only option is to think or be productive. That's why I chose this. Although it doesn't feel that easy right now. Why am I talking, or yeah, why am I talking aloud when thinking is just easier? That's a very good point. Why am I continuing this? Huh? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. No way. Of course, documenting my changes, sure, but right now it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, just realized.